Angela Merkel has warned the European Union to prepare for Brexit trade talks to end without an agreement. For the third day in a row, the German Chancellor insisted the bloc should be ready for Britain leaving its single market and customs union with no free trade agreement in place. She said negotiations between the EU and UK had been accelerated and vowed to work towards a good solution. Speaking in the Bundesrat, Germany's upper house, Mrs. Merkel said, "With Great Britain we have agreed to speed up these negotiations to be able to agree on a deal in the autumn, which would then have to be ratified until the end of the year. I will continue to campaign for a good solution. But I have to add that we in the EU and in Germany, on all levels of our state, have to prepare for the case that there will be no agreement after this issue, that is worth defending the European idea. It is worth it to keep our Europe together. This is what I stand for. This unity will be more important than ever." This week's negotiations were the first to be held in person since the coronavirus pandemic exploded on the continent. Mr. Barnier bemoaned a perceived lack of willingness to budge from their opening position by British negotiators. The Brussels bureaucrat asked his counterpart, David Frost, the Prime Minister's chief trade negotiator with the EU, to return to London to ask for permission to compromise. Mr. Barnier said, "The EU expects its positions to be better understood and respected in order to reach an agreement. We need an equivalent engagement by the UK." Mr. Frost suggested the face-to-face talks had provided extra flexibility. He said, "The negotiations have been comprehensive and useful. But they have also underlined the significant differences that still remain between us on a number of important issues." The two sides are expected to meet in London next week for the second round of intensified Brexit talks. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen yesterday said the EU and UK were still a long way apart. The chief Eurocrat said the bloc wanted a deal, but not at any price. Fair competition conditions for European industry and companies are important, she said.